Hello, my name's Mark, and I have a long history of surgery and recovery. I was struck by a car as a youth in my 20s, which led to over 35 surgeries to date for my knees. 35 surgeries under general anesthesia. I'm a veteran at recovery and surgery and more recovery. Pretty much after all of my surgeries, any surgery I've ever had, I required heavy medication and lots of pain relievers, opiate pain relievers, and all of the downfalls and negatives associated with that. Some of my more recent surgeries were in 2002, where I had knee replacements, and unfortunately one of those knee replacements in 2004 turned up infected due to some insufficient healing along the scar line, which was kind of a complex scar situation because it had been surgered many times, and due to that insufficient healing, some infection got in, some bacteria got in there, and the wound was infected, which led to an infection of the prosthesis. That process led to 3 more surgeries related to the revision of my original knee replacement. Upon seeing Olga for 2 sessions in between, prior to the last 2 surgeries, it was a very eye-opening experience to me, to the power and the effectiveness of hypnosis, which I've have some experience with in the past and have always felt positive about, but never had fully realized its power until this experience, where I was in a degenerating situation. My health was degenerating. The wound had been cut through now 3-4 times already, and this revision process required even more cutting through the same tissue that was already not healing well. And the prognosis for it healing really wasn't well at all. And a surgery to basically transplant a muscle so that to provide blood supply for the wound. It's kind of a complex situation, but they were going to have to do a surgery in order to aid my recovery from the knee replacement surgeries for the wounds to properly heal. And as I said, the prognosis was not good for these final surgeries, and there was questions about even being able to do them. And I did 2 sessions with Olga, and in the process of doing those surgeries, the difference in the recovery cycles was amazing. It went from long, drawn-out periods of pain and convalescence and maximizing the amount of drugs that I was taking for pain relief and watching very slow healing of wounds and questioning whether wounds would heal at all or not, to almost no medication. Literally just the first 2 days in the hospital taking the pain relievers that the doctors more or less required me to take. And as soon as I was out of that initial 1 or 2 days surgical procedure, instead of 2 or 3 more weeks on opiate derivatives and then into ibuprofen for another month or so, I did none of that. It was an occasional ibuprofen during difficult times, to and from hospital visits and things like that. And the wound healed within a matter of 10 days instead of 25 days. During the surgery, I had made a blood donation previously for myself, what's called an autologous blood donation. And that blood that I donated in the last 2 surgeries was never even used, whereas in the prior 3 surgeries related to knee replacement, I used not only my autologous donation, but additional blood from other donors. None of that happened in the last 2 surgeries. As I said, I did not even use my autologous donation in the last one. So to summarize, less pain, less medication, more complete and rapid healing. I can attest to this personally, and I have seen it in others who have seen Olga since then.